Hello, everybody. It's Henry. The coffee shop talk today is going to be about leadership. And I'm going to do that because it's been a couple months since our election and our new leader took over our country. So let's talk about basic leadership, people that are in the news, people that are in sports, people that are in musicians, people that rock stars, whatever position, movie actors. You can consider yourself in a leadership position in a way. You're a role model. As a role model, you have to lead the proper life. You got to do the proper thing. Now, here's where I take over when it comes to leadership. When you're in these positions, you got money and influence. You can't use your money and influence in what you think is right for you and to the people that are just following you. That in a reality is a very small footprint. You got 350 million people in, let's say, just America. We're not talking about the 7+ billion on the planet. And your influence is very small, mind you. Okay, very small percentage in a big scheme of things. But if you think you're a leader and you're going to lead people based on your mentality, actors, actresses, singers, sports, whatever you are out in public figure, and or the social media influencer, you have to take responsibility for how your actions impact others. Your voice and your action impacts others in ways that you can't imagine. So you got to be careful how you put your morals, your ethics, the respect, your integrity on display when it comes to people. You have to keep that under check. If you're not sure how to do that, and you're too immature to do that, or you've never led or worked around people and understand that your voice has an influential way of manipulating people, or maybe you do. Maybe you do know your voice has a way of manipulating people. And it may not be in a good way, because some people's voice can manipulate people in a good way, and some people's voice and actions can manipulate people in a bad way. But are you manipulating people as a whole, or are you just touching a small, friendly group of manipulation that you want to keep doing? But in that position, you've taken what's called a leadership role, whether you like it or not, whether you've been trained on it or not. But if you're standing out in front of a crowd and you're making them sing and dance, and you're making them believe in you and you hoot and holler and they want to spend money to see you, then in my opinion, you're in a leadership role that you should take more seriously and you should go get yourself educated on. Because you're leading people in the masses to follow you, and that is no different than if you're a church leader, evangelicist, somebody that can lead them down the wrong path, or somebody who would just leave them if you're not satisfied with their beliefs in you. You got to understand that potential power that you're touching on somebody's soul. If you don't understand that, and understand that type of touch, then you shouldn't be doing it. And you shouldn't play with it. It shouldn't be something that gets played with. People's emotions to follow you as a leader, whether you're a rock star, band, singer, actress, or even in leadership positions as high as a congressman, senator, mayor, judge, or any kind of legal service, police officer, first responder, military. You have a moral obligation to the general public to lead from the front. Not to manipulate them, not to propaganda them, not to lead them into the waters of death or follow you down the wrong path, but you have a moral obligation to lead them in the right spiritual way where they won't cause harm and they'll understand what they're doing. If you're not that person and you're doing it for fame and glory and you think you're helping everybody, then you're not. If you're leaving all kinds of age groups out and you're only manipulating a certain type of age group, you're not. You're not doing good. If you're a college professor and you're manipulating that student out of 30 that you see every day and they go out and do harm's way, that's your fault. You put that propaganda in their mind. You were that leader that gave them the bad spirit, the bad mindset, and you did that to them. You should take ownership of that. You should understand anything you post, tweet, talk, text, put on social media, you influence some kind of mind some way, and some of them are not stronger than others to comprehend, see through, understand, or even challenge you on what your morals or mindset are. You could be doing damage and you don't even realize it. Or you could realize it and understand that it's for your benefit. You know, I learned something today. Sigmund Freud and I learned that Edward Bernays were related, and that they were psychologically damaging people and taught military and taught countries how to psychologically manipulate people, which is bad, it's dangerous. People's psyche and how they think and how they act is very delicate. I know this. I was married to somebody with a very fragile, very crackable, very dangerous mindset, which was culminated and done by a family member. I know from firsthand experience because I live with them. Okay? That bipolar, manic depressive, narcissistic, controlling feature is very dangerous. And if you're in that position of influence of any sort, it doesn't matter. It could be music, arts. You got to understand something. You're asking for that fame and glory. You also got to take the responsibility of the fans and who you impact by your doings, your mindset, your political views, your religious views, your sexual views, your views, right? You got to understand what you're doing to people. There's a TV show, and I won't use their name or who they are, but they do a lot of hate and spread. You're influencing people to cause harm. You don't think you're doing that sitting behind that desk, spreading hate, propaganda, fear-mongering, but you're causing people, or you could cause people, to do harm to others. And then you're going to go, why that happened? I don't understand. You are using your positional authority to manipulate people, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And you're going to harm somebody. You're going to cause somebody to do something. The human mind is fragile. When the human mind feels stressed, or it feels unsafe, or it feels like it's losing control, or it can't trust its government, or it can't trust its leaders, or it can't even trust their social media influencers, they do dangerous things because their mind is fragile. Fragile minds lash out. Fragile minds do dangerous things. You're a part of that. You're manipulating, you're fear-mongering, you're causing that. If you want to learn something, look up Sigmund Freud, listen to him. Look up Edward Bernays and what he has to say. Look up Margaret Sanger, how she believed, and then look up Hitler and go study history with these people. Pull up, dude, and go study this stuff. You're going to learn. When you go read these people, you go read what they taught people, you go read what the military learned from these people, and you're going to learn that's propaganda, and it's a powerful tool. And you're actually doing it online, your social media. There's a big social media that's really, really hard left that does that really, really, really a lot. It goes, breaking news. Well, when you're doing that, that is foreplay into somebody's brain, and you're going to lead them down the wrong path. And I honestly believe you should be held accountable when you do that to people. When you officially lead them down the path of destruction because of your propaganda, what you believe in, it you're so heartily talking to on somebody on social media, you should be really looked at. You should be really controlled, passing that fear-mongering and that propaganda. And I know you know who I'm talking about because I've heard you on the line. I've watched you. I've watched you on TV. I've watched you. There's smart people that comprehend like us that watch what you say, that spread fear-mongering and propaganda, twist the story, do fake news, twist it again, right? And you keep wringing it out until you think the outcome's going to change when it doesn't. When actually you're going to produce an outcome that's going to be worse than what you expect. That's the way the human mind works. But the problem is, we don't want to hold you accountable for twisting that. We don't want to hold you accountable for mixing up the information and communication. Why can't you just do the right thing and report the right thing? And why can't you just say the right thing that's positive instead of negative? Why you got to say something that's fear-mongering and hateful and disrespectful? When did you lose, and I'm talking out openly to one individual, when did you lose the respect for the president? Obviously, at your age, and I know your age, you have never had that respect for the president, nor would you have that respect for any president, regardless who sits there, because you think behind your desk and your computer, in your video conferencing and your video talks that you're not touchable. You're wrong. You are. And you should be held accountable for your fear-mongering and your propaganda that's anti-government or anti-president or anti-anybody, anti-secretary of state, anti-government, anti-federal employee, military, however you twist your subject line, you, in my personal opinion, should be held accountable for lies. Not if it's good information, not if it's correct information, but if it's lies. And if it's lies, you should be held accountable for lies. Only the truth should be allowed to be present. Anything that's lies or has propaganda to it that has your self-gain in it, you should be held accountable for it, and you should be the one that's paying the price. Not the people receiving it that is drinking that Kool-Aid and then jumping off the cliff. You should be held accountable for that. You want to be that influencer? You want to be that guy who wants to change people's mind? Then you should be accountable for all your decision in your mouth. And I'm talking to all your 1%ers. I'm talking to you the anti-anything. And I'm talking to you all those haters out there. And I'm talking to you all those people that influence others with hate and propaganda and fear-mongering. You all should be held accountable for your negativity that you give people. Now, to the people receiving it, you should be smartened up. You should get some comprehension. You should figure this out. And you should not drink that Kool-Aid. And you should not put yourself in that situation. You should not drink that Kool-Aid. And you should not follow down that path. And you should not listen to these people that don't spread information that's correct. And if they're using code words like breaking news, you got to listen to this. Oh my God, I'm the only one that knows the truth. Then you are stupid and you should stop following these people. You should disconnect yourself from this fake stuff. You should disconnect yourself from TV that's spreading propaganda. And this is all from these great people, Sigmund Freud, Edward Bernays. Go look them up. Margaret Sanger. I'll give you all these great names in history that spoke to the news media, right? Even David Letterman had these people, some of these people back in the day when he was on TV. I think Edward Bernays was on his channel, and he'll explain in detail what he does and how he did it. You're being a puppet of propaganda that's been pushed over and over through psychological review, and they know it works with people. And you are being drawn into that arena. Don't be that clown. Don't be that person that drinks that Kool-Aid. Don't be that person that goes down that rabbit hole, right? That gets sucked into that propaganda and that machine that's spitting out lies and fake news and not showing you the real picture of what's going on. You need to wake up, get out of your house, get out of your basement, and you need to go wake up and figure this out. And you that are spreading it and putting it on the news media, I hope that you are held accountable as somebody takes actions based on your mouth, your voice, and what you keep saying, breaking news, right? And you're held accountable for your actions in your mouth and your own influences that you're doing to the public service, because you're not helping. And personally, you need to go find a new job and stop. Because bought outright, I'm tired of hearing about it. And I'm tired of trying to, I don't want to go look for it. It just pops up. And people are laughing at you. You're made fun of. And you know what? You're a complete loser doing all that. Anybody that does that, fear-mongering and fake news, and think they're helping people, you should be held accountable and you should be punished. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You need to go find a better job. And you shouldn't be in that position of influencing or in television or in arts or music or baseball, football, anything sports. I don't even care. If you're outside the normal realm, above the average person in America, you need to fix yourself. And you that are rich and famous and have money, you need to get engaged and you need to stop trying to get everything influenced to you to get richer. You need to step up to the plate like Elon Musk and fix the problem. You need to step up and grow a big pair, and you need to fix it. And you need to fix America quick. Otherwise, it'll get so far out of control, it won't matter who's left. It'll all burn to ground, and it'll be nothing left, because that's what will happen to a society that turns on itself. And that's what we're heading if we don't fix it. And we need to stand by the president that's currently in charge and help him fix it. We need to stand up as Republicans. We need to stand up as conservatives. We need to stand up and fight the evil that's going around this planet, is trying to destroy it and destroy us, and take anything and everything that we have and we worked hard for. If you want anything for your families and your legacy to go on, we need to stop the fear-mongering. We need to stop all these hateful people that think they can get online and talk negative about a person that's in charge of a country that we, the American people, put in charge. We, the American people, put in charge. You didn't win. You didn't pick him. Your voice was not heard. Your voice will be stifled. You need to stop. You need to be held accountable. You need to stop. And you need to all get engaged. And you get on the train. And you need to fix this country. Because the average American people, me and other around me, millions and thousands of us, are tired of it. That's my coffee shop today. And when I said, you should be held accountable for what you say. Stop fear-mongering. Stop forcing people to do bad shit. Stop putting ideas in their heads. Do your job. If you're a federal agent, do your job. Do it right. Stop running your mouth. Get back in line. Understand that's federal money and it's money paid by the American taxpayer. And you can be taken down and shut down, and we will figure out a way to shut you up. We will stop paying you, and you will be held accountable. You need to stop. You need to stop now, and you need to do what the right thing is and get on board and figure it out. Your constituents that you own are not all the voices in this country. Much more, much larger, much bigger voices are out there. The time of us being silent and not putting up with it is coming to a head. We've really, really, really had enough of it, and we're tired of seeing the Kool-Aid being passed around, and everybody wants to jump on the sword and kill themselves. We're not war. We're not fear-mongers. We're not that type of people. We're educated. We take together. We stand together. We help each other. If you're not part of that team and you don't want to be part of that team, then get the fuck off it and move on. But I know this American soldier, this American vet that put 45 years taking care and protecting this country and believing it was going to take care of others and help others and equal opportunity is being squashed by what I'm seeing and what was done. And we can't have that. That's not what I fought for. That's not what I lost my family for. That's not what I lost my children for. That's not what I gave my life up for 45 years. To see you piss it away, squander it away, and then all you hateful fearmongers stepping up and saying evil shit about military members, veterans, and all this crap. I'm about had it with you. You need to shut up. You need to move out of the way, and you need to either fight or flight. And I think you're going to flight because most of you are not fighters anyways. That's why you do what you do, because it's easy, lazy, and it's a simple way out. That's all I got to say. Have a great day. Henry's Coffee Shop is out, and I've said my word. And I'll stand up against anybody, toe-to-toe. Anybody. I'll stand toe-to-toe with anybody. Toe-to-toe to anybody. I don't care if you got a college degree or not. I can go on forever. I'll stand toe-to-toe with you. I'll squish you. I'll squash you like a bug, and then I'll shoot you out the drain. See you later, because I can't stand shit.